Good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome into Breaking Bet. It's officially 2026. New year. Same co-host. I got my guy Brad Thomas here with me, ready to go. Brad, we had a couple big games yesterday. Carolina and Atlanta, or Carolina and Tampa Bay, excuse me, and San Francisco, Seattle, two huge divisional contests. Carolina covered for you. Tampa won. That is not decided yet because Atlanta, New Orleans is ultimately going to be the final decision maker on that playoff spot.
Yep.
And Seattle, San Francisco, what should have been a great game was disaster. But Seattle gets the number one seed. We'll touch on awards at the end of the show, kind of get your feeling before all the awards close for the postseason. But Happy New Year, my man. How is everything for you?
It was a good New Year. Went to a bunch of football games. I did the Cheez-It Bowl, the Pop-Tart Bowl, and then actually had the most dope experience. I was at the hospitality networking event, and I ended up meeting these guys who I shared a table with who work in the bowl industry as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just basically super casual. I was like, man, it would be dope to go to the Orange Bowl. I found some tickets for $30. That was upper bowl, 300 section or whatever. And he looks at me, literally just met him 10 minutes ago. He goes, "Do you want to go to the game? I'll transfer you 3 tickets right now."
What, the Orange Bowl?
Yeah.
With the Orange Bowl's on Thursday, right?
It was last week.
Oh,
it was
last week. I'm thinking of never mind. No.
Dude, I went spur of the moment. I was pretty hungover, but I made sure to at least get in bed at a good hour. I got to bed at 8, woke up at 6 in the morning, went to the Orange Bowl, went to Hard Rock afterwards to watch the game, and then went back home at 6 in the morning the next day. It was the most dope impromptu trip. I don't care that people say the game sucked because Texas Tech got blown out. I had a huge bet on Oregon. I bet right when the lines came out. So I was really happy. It was a good weekend for me.
Nice. Oh, it's pretty dope. I think I texted you. It was like, hey,
Yeah.
But that's pretty good. Brad, so let's talk a little bit real quick about what we saw yesterday. Obviously, Carolina and Tampa. Now the division winner is officially going to be 8-9. So for anybody that doesn't know, because ridiculous tiebreaker rules, if the Falcons win today, the Carolina Panthers will be the 4 seed in the division and in the playoffs. If New Orleans wins, then Tampa Bay is going to be in by virtue of how the tiebreakers shake out. And San Francisco was knocked out of the 1 seed to either the 5 or 6. I'll be honest though, I'm confused. I don't understand how the tiebreaker rules go for San Francisco to be a 6 seed because I looked at it. San Francisco and the Rams, if the Rams win today, they both have the same record.
Yeah.
They both have the same divisional record, but the 49ers obviously have the better conference record, and they split head to head. So
it didn't make sense to me either, but it's weird that if the Falcons win today, that the Panthers get the bye, them get the berth, that it's.
Yeah, Seattle's the 1 seed. We'll give a little preview at that towards the end of the show here, but let's get rolling for the Sunday games. The last Sunday of the regular season, we got some games that don't mean anything. That it's a little bit harder to handicap. There's a handful that actually have an impact. One game that has a lot of impact is New Orleans at Atlanta, but not for these 2 teams. It's for Carolina and Tampa. So the Falcons are a 3.5-point favorite at home. Short week after a shocking win against the Rams on Monday. No Chris Olave. Of course, Chris Olave couldn't sit last week against. So I'm not trying to go off on a tangent here, but I went against Chris Olave in the finals last week. I lost. And then Brock Purdy decides, you know what? Johnny V's going against me this week. I'm going to fucking put up a 50 mean on him. Puts up 50. So Olave and Purdy either do nothing or not playing this week. What kind of chances do you give the Saints without Chris Olave today at Atlanta?
I probably give them a 30% chance.
Okay.
A lot of Saints players are going to be out, and this is an Atlanta team that seems to be peaking, and they seem to really care about the rest of the season. Like very rarely do you have teams that kind of underperformed and they close out as strong as they have. And that's basically
That was
what,
Carolina last year.
yeah. And the Falcons have a good team, right? If they can get their pass rush going, it's good. And their offense is good enough with Bijan. He can single-handedly carry. But Tyler Shuck has been a very good quarterback. Not going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but if there's anybody to single-handedly bring their team over the top, it will be him.
Okay. Look, man, I think Atlanta's going to end up winning this game. I don't have much in the way of betting the spread here. I'm really in just on the Bijan props. Nothing other than I have Bijan touchdown, 80 yards in a parlay. Other than that, I probably don't have much. I'm not looking at London. Drake London's obviously not healthy.
Yeah, he might not even play. Shoot.
He probably won't even play. There's not really many pass catchers outside of Juwan Johnson. Atlanta's been great against the tight end that I'd even want to look at. So this is really a rough game for props outside of Bijan Robinson. Maybe you get a little frisky and throw Tyler Shuck anytime Tutty in there. But this is a tough game. This game itself probably isn't that great. It obviously has a lot of impact. So I think in realistic fashion, it's just Bijan or pass in this contest. Another game that's, Cleveland, Cincinnati has no impact anywhere. The Bengals offense, we've got Joe Burrow back. It started to look a lot better. 7.5 too big here. Myles Garrett going for the sack record today. Some stuff in the works here for this one.
All right, so there's so many games where I'm like, do I dive in and do I bet, right? How hard are these teams going to try? What is their motivation going to be? I just think that this is one of those games where if you're telling me to lay -7.5 for the Bengals, you're smoking something. But I also don't want to trust the Browns. But the Browns can be disruptive, right? They have a really good pass rush against a still very weak offensive line. So, man, this game was wild. It's moved up to 9.5 now, right? And yeah, it just makes
bro. Oh, it just moved up to 8.5. So I honestly put these banners up, no joke, less than 20 minutes ago.
Dude, yeah, it's all these lines are moving like crazy. And I've been trying so hard to keep up with who's in and who's out. And there's new players coming in and out every minute. This morning, and it's not this game, but this morning I was sitting on my phone. Then they announced Nico Collins out. It's you have to be by your phone. So I don't know what caused the movement of 2 points, 1.5. But I just can't bet the Browns, man. I cannot bet the Browns.
Yeah. See, Myles Garrett gets a sack record today. He's minus almost 300 to get a sack, so it's not even.
Yeah, I think he does.
I think he gets it. Side note in this game, maybe the market hasn't caught up to it. Why is Carson Schwarzenegger still a minus 2,000 favorite for Rookie of the Year? And Nick Emmanwori is 850. Carson Schwarzenegger has a really good year, bro. He had 156 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 picks. But Nick Emmanwori has been a big difference maker on a great defense. It's a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I'm not as well versed on the college guys from last year, and I've watched a lot of Seattle, and every time I watch Seattle, which is a lot, I'm always seeing Nick Emmanwori flash across the screen. It jumps off the page. And Carson Schwarzenegger's had a great year. I have nothing against him, but why would Nick Emmanwori not be a shorter second favorite?
Dude,
am I bugging or is this wrong? Schwarzenegger's done, by the way. He's not playing today. He's on injured reserve.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just I feel like they want to give this to a linebacker, D lineman more than they want to give it to a corner. You think of the corners that have won it in the past, right? Sauce was that 3 years ago. Marshawn Lattimore, Marcus Peters. It's very few and far between because your numbers have to be absolutely electric. Also, like, you think about a lot of these corners that win it, they generally stand out so much on their team as the sole factor of they're the 100% lockdown. And I just think Emer Warrior is just not getting enough pub, right? It's a media award. You're not talked about enough. They're not going to give it to you. And this is like a really bad thing, but.
Well, the interesting thing is Nick Emmanwori and Carson Schwesinger, they have the same amount of sacks this year. Schwesinger's actually got more picks than Emmanwori.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it? I mean, he's a D lineman. He's a front seven guy. So he's got a 13 stops. And listen, like I said, I'm not picking on Schwesinger. He's had a great year. He's impactful and everything. It's just I feel like, his numbers aren't like splashing to be a minus 2,000 favorite.
Yeah,
like, I think there's a chance Emmanwori wins. I'm not saying he will, but I feel like it should be a little bit tighter. Am I wrong for thinking that?
Man, I don't know, dude. I just feel like when the only name I've heard, right? It's like, I don't know, dude. This is one that I don't want to get into. At like minus 550, I don't want to fade that money.
What minus 550? What are you talking about?
The Carson Schwesinger is minus 550 on DK.
He's minus 2,000 on FanDuel.
Oh, wow.
Where the fuck
were you on FanDuel?
Where were you? What have you been listening to the last 5 minutes?
I've been listening, but I wasn't listening to the prices because they're in front of my face because I was looking at DK prices.
Dude, he's $850 on FanDuel.
Oh, okay. That's a lot different.
Hello, welcome to the conversation, dumb fuck. Where you been?
I was hearing you, but not hearing the prices. I'm looking at DK. I'm just staring at the prices, and I'm like,
so now that you understand what I'm saying,
yes. Now I would put a sprinkle on Emmanwori. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. We're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
It's not. I don't know. I just kind of thought about that. I was looking and we were talking about the Browns and but yeah, worth the sprinkle. Wonder if that moves at all. Are you playing any props today? T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown. What does this look like for you today?
Ah, man, I've laid off the props in this game. I'm going to say pretty selective in props today. I really only want to bet props where it means something to somebody, but Jamar Chase receptions would probably be what I would take at over 6.5. That's probably the my favorite bet in this game. Jamar Chase, they're going to have to get the ball out of their hands. And yes, of course I like Chase Brown, but Jamar Chase is still a really good target in the short routes and intermediate routes.
Yep.
And he's the leader in receptions and targets on this team. So that's my favorite bet in this game, but I'm actually not locking anything in for this game.
I took a shot for T. Higgins anytime touchdown. Jamar Chase went for 2 last week. T. Higgins has got 10 tutties. He's been on a scoring frenzy in the second half of the year here. He did not score last week. I don't know. I'm taking a shot on T. Higgins. I got him in a parlay. It's only based on the fact that I think the Bengals are just going to air it out today, before they hit the group discount to Cabo starting tomorrow. Higgins should get some one-on-one looks. Obviously, Jamar Chase gets all the attention, but T. Higgins has been live in the red zone. So I'm just, something I'm taking a shot on. I have nothing on the spread. I mean, if I was going to side anywhere, I'd go Bengals just because I think they're going to be able to score today, but it's nothing along the lines of like a super, super confident play, especially as these lines keep getting just steamed, dude. They're getting steamed pretty aggressively. Dallas at the Giants, down from 3.5 to 3, 49.5 point total. Which one are you going with, Brad?
Man, this is going to be a fun game because there's going to be a lot of new faces playing in this game. Dallas has already said their running backs aren't going to play. They're not healthy. Most of the teams who are sitting out players are the unhealthy ones. So Javonte Williams, Malik Davis out, bring in Jaden Blue. But outside of that, they should be playing just about everyone. I think that the Cowboys win and cover. I think they win and cover with margin here because, at the end of the day, the seating or the not seating, I guess that's what I say, the draft pick selection or where you're at in the draft is much more important to New York Giants than it is to the Dallas Cowboys. So
I would probably go Giants, just interdivision home dog. That's typically one of the spots I like to play.
yeah.
Nobody's really playing for anything other than draft position. I think Giants can stay inside 3 here. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't love it. I mean, maybe a little CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens, maybe a Jackson Dart anytime. But, this is a tough week, man. I just feel like we're grasping at straws because the truth is I feel like I wouldn't be surprised to see coaches pull their players early.
Yeah.
Like say the Cowboys were up like 10-0 start of the fourth quarter. Like you might just pull Jackson Dart. Or vice versa. Say the Giants are up 10-0 in the fourth quarter. It might be Joe Milton time. Let's pull Lamb. Let's pull Pickens.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You're so right.
Because you don't know. Like, it's the final week. You literally have nothing to play for other than maybe some personal incentives. So it's like, why are we going to risk further injury for virtually nothing? So this is a very challenging week. That's why it's like very important to be selective on what you're betting. This is another line that's been moved up. Again, Green Bay, they've kind of just fallen off the wagon. Green Bay, I think, is pretty much sitting everybody. I think what are they locked into the 7th seed?
Yeah, they're pretty much sitting everybody.
Yeah, so they're sitting everybody. Minnesota's minus 12.5 at home. Low total of 36.5. Brad, are you going to lay the 12.5 with Minnesota?
I think you have to, right? There's going to be zero reason for you to want to bet the Packers. Like the Packers are going to rest offensive and defensive players. They're not going to have their first, second, or third string quarterback. Not going to have their first string running back. Not going to have their top 2 wide receivers. It's going to be Clayton Tune, Emmanuel Wilson, and Matthew Golden holding that offense down with a Vikings team that still wants to win. A Vikings team that plays really good defense too. And so I think I like the 12.5 for Minnesota. I think it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be low scoring. The total set at 36. Normally when you see a 36 total, you want to take the points, but I think it could literally be like 20-3.
Yeah.
Side
note here. And guys, we mentioned this last week and I think the week before. This is the final chance for incentive week. Don't get suckered into these incentive lines. Like you're not. How do I say this? Just because a player needs something,
yes.
First of all, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get it. And number 2, we're literally at the last stop. So everybody is thinking the same thing, including sports books. They're taxing in these numbers. And I want to give you an example right now because I was talking to my buddy this morning. I got my haircut this morning. I'm sitting in the barber chair. I'm looking at the lines. And my buddy texted me, he goes, Jettas needs 53 yards for 1,000. I know the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell mentioned something about that, wanting to get Jettas 1,000, just a little personal accomplishment after the year he's had with the disaster of a quarterback situation. And I'm only referencing FanDuel. Do you know what FanDuel did?
What they do? I'm pretty sure I can guess.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what FanDuel did. So I believe he's 53 yards away. Aside from the fact that Jefferson's receiving total has went up this morning, it's went up a yard or 2 since I looked in the last hour and a half. So you know how you can take a player's alternate yards?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Jefferson, you can bet him 30 yards. You can bet him 40 yards.
Oh, God.
You cannot bet him 50 yards. You cannot bet him 60 yards. You cannot bet him 70 yards. It skips alternate yards from 40 to 80. Skips. If that's not the biggest fucking fix, whatever you call it, they put a gap between 40 and 80 yards. I mean, yeah, you have his actual line at 71.5, which, by the way, I would take the under. I would take the under all day. It's just everybody's going to be betting Jettas over.
Yeah.
Under, like, just in no way. I think Jefferson done. And by the way, like, 71.5, you could still hit 53 and hit the under.
Yeah.
Like that's disgusting. But my point of this is This is the predatory behavior that the sports books are on. So if you go on FanDuel right now and you look at Justin Jefferson, alternate receiving yards, you're going to see Jefferson 40 yards and then jump to 80. You cannot bet 50. So you're like, hey, you know what? It's 53 and a half. Let me get a little conservative. Let me take 50.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
It's stupid.
You can't do it. You want to take 70.
It's so stupid. It's like, sports books know, like they're wise to everyone chasing incentives. Yep. I thought like yesterday there was a pretty good price on Dowdle getting a touchdown at plus 140, and he didn't even get a sniff in the red zone.
That's why. I'll put it to you this way: if I was going to bet anything, I'm betting under 70.5 for Jettas.
Yeah,
under. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you something else. I wouldn't be surprised seeing no touchdown scored in this game.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised. And you know what FanDuel did?
What?
No open TD score prop markets. It's 11:22. This game starts in less than 2 hours. You cannot bet a touchdown score on DraftKings.
Wow.
It's disgusting. It's predatory behavior. It's got to stop. It's predatory. You can't bet a touchdown. And it's already come out that Green Bay is sitting everybody. Like, they don't have anybody. You couldn't even bet Jefferson for a touchdown. You couldn't bet anybody. So, it's predatory behavior. Watch where you put your action. I got a news for you, dude. I don't even think you can bet a touchdown on DraftKings right now.
Wow.
Clayton Tune's confirmed the starter, right? So
so we were talking about this morning, where all of these books are being so protective, but they're like not even posting people who, like, how do I describe it? They're not even having players who, like, we know they're going to play. Like, we know they're in. Why are you not posting?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you maybe they don't know who's even playing for Green Bay, like in terms of skill positions outside of Clayton Tune and Emmanuel Wilson. But this is like the pitfalls of betting Week 18. Oh, you're right, by the way. Cleveland, Cincinnati just went to 9.5, at least on FanDuel here. But this is why, like, it's important to be careful of where you're betting, what you're betting, and betting this week. I think Jefferson under 71.5 is probably the only thing I would touch here.
Yeah.
All right, Indianapolis and Houston. This is it, man. Phillip Rivers, he's done. Is he playing today, or did he?
It's Riley Leonard.
It is Riley Leonard, right? Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Phillip Rivers would go. I was hoping Phillip Rivers would do it for the boys one time, one last ride. Let's take all his overs. Let's send him back into the sunset with, but Houston and Indy. I mean, Houston's still playing for something. What would they need in order to win the division, or is that done?
I don't think they can win the division, right?
They can't, can they?
No.
No, they can. I think they didn't clinch. Jaguars have not clinched the division, dude.
Wow.
So technically, I think if Jacksonville loses and Houston wins, I think the Texans might win. Texans have something to play for.
Yeah, the Jags need to beat the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, which is probably going to happen, but the Texans have something to play for. Otherwise,
they have playoff seeding too. Like, they can be as high as 3 or as low as
who?
7.
Who? Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, so they're not laying down here. I like Texans anyway. I don't think Indianapolis is going to cover Riley Leonard. And also the thing is, with Houston's defense, bro, like, their defense always goes out there and gives an A+ effort.
Yeah.
Like, that's not one of those, like, it's not like an offense. An offense, you can get conservative and you can run the ball a ton and just kind of milk the clock. Like, defense, you're not really going to do that, or at least that DeMeco Ryans led defense is not doing that. So I would lay it with Houston here. I think Riley Leonard's going to have a tough day.
Riley Leonard's going to struggle because it's already not a good team. It's not a good team without, I guess you'd say, that's weird to say. Not a good team without Daniel Jones, because he is the efficiency cog that we talked about all season, where he made that offense really good. Not taking anything away from JT, obviously, right? But I'm talking about through the pass game. It wasn't the wide receiver core. It was literally Daniel Jones being super efficient. Now you can just stack the box and say, you're going to beat me, Riley Leonard. So I like the 9.5. This defense is so legit. Phillip Rivers was smart and able to check the ball down a lot, and it helped them.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard, I don't think he's going to be as smart, and I don't think he's going to be just quick Mr. Check down either. So,
I like touchdown props. Probably Higgins. I think Jaden Higgins is interesting. I like
Jaden Higgins is really interesting.
2-1. Christian Kirk's not bad at 260. Obviously, I'd be more likely to play Higgins. And I think Houston defense plus 750 is interesting. I think the Texans are live to score today. Get a Riley Leonard trying to throw an out route and underthrows it, and Stingley jumps it, pick six to the crib, like, that sort of thing. Houston defense, I think, is honestly pretty fairly priced to score at plus 750, considering who they're playing the quarterback.
Plus 750, that's funny.
It's funny, but I think, honestly, it's fairly priced.
Yeah.
Otherwise, is Jonathan Taylor playing today?
Let me see. I have
they don't have his lines out. This is the tough part.
He's still in that for now.
But it's like you don't know how much he's going to play. Like,
you don't know how much he's going to play.
Like he might play one quarter, one half, and then they pull him. Like you're not getting anything. You're not gaining anything. He's not fighting for an offensive player of the year anymore. Like there's, you know what I mean? Like there's very little incentive for him to be out there pushing it full go. I think the Texans are. I'm not going to be honest, dude. I might take the Texans. I don't think Indianapolis is scoring more than 10 points today, unless their defense scores.
Yeah, no, not a chance. Not with Riley Leonard under center.
You want to get gross?
Yeah, what?
Texans minus 9.5, under 38.5. Jaden Higgins.
Like 35-3 win.
it's honestly, it's not even that good. It's not even 10-1. Texans minus 9.5, under 38.5. Higgins anytime. It's not even 10-1. We could do Houston defense anytime. So it's 27-1.
That's actually hilarious.
Watch that hit too. We're gonna be like, dude, we didn't play.
I
know. Okay, the other game that's obviously impactful is Tennessee, Jacksonville. Dude, I'm pretty sure Jacksonville can get any of the above. Jacksonville is live. Let me check. Jacksonville can be anywhere from the number 1 seed to the 7 seed.
Yeah.
So as it stands right now, the Jags are the 3 seed. They're a 13.5 point favorite at home to Tennessee. Is this just too many points?
You think it's too many?
Maybe. I'm not betting the spread. All I know is, quick side note here, 6 people left in Circus Survivor. One very, very smart guy saved the Jaguars, and he's sitting pretty. So 18.7 million. Each entry is worth over $3 million, and you have Jacksonville. Somebody has Patriots, somebody has Jacksonville, and they're both basically 2 touchdown favorites.
Yeah.
So.
And the Jags have the most to play for.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's easy money. You bet the Jags, and then you put like $1 million on Tennessee at plus 13.5, and you might bill it. It makes me sad that I couldn't win in 2023. I'm so close. I'll never get over it.
That's brutal. I've never done Circus Survivor. I've only done one Survivor, and I forgot to set my lineup in week 5.
I'll tell you what, we should. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for 2026. I didn't do it this year with the move. Obviously, it was tough.
Yeah,
it was tough for me to get out to Vegas and the move, like a lot of transitions. But I'm gonna do it next year if you want to whack up an entry. We'll fly out to Vegas in August. We'll get an entry. Whack it up.
All right.
Game. Okay, so Tennessee and Jacksonville, 13.5. Are you laying it or are you taking it with Tennessee?
I'm laying it. Jacksonville Jaguars, listen, are on like a 7-game cover streak. 7 games. They've covered small spreads of like 3, 1.5. They covered a big spread against the Jets. I just feel like they're going to put a lot of pressure on this Tennessee Titans team. And a team who's just hot. They're hot. I have no other real reason besides that. Like, these are two teams in the opposite side of the spectrum. I'm riding the Jags at the minus 13.5.
Okay. I'm probably not. I don't really have enough of an opinion that I'm dying to bet it. It's disgusting that Trevor Lawrence is almost 2-1 to be scoring. I think he's got a good chance to get in the end zone today, but to me, that's just insane.
Dude, he is the red zone. He's more of a red zone threat than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be betting it at 220.
No,
would you?
No.
But I'll tell you who I would be betting. Our boy at almost 2-1, Parker Washington.
Yeah.
Our boy Parker Washington. He's 2-1. I think he's live to get in the end zone today.
Yeah, I like him. I like his yards over 47.5.
Is there anybody? What do you think bang for buck is the best touchdown bet today in this game?
Oh man, bang for buck, best touchdown bet.
Myers 135, Parker at Brenton Strange 210, Tony Pollard 220. Pollard's been a little end zone slut lately.
Man, I hate these touchdown score prices. I mean, I guess you'd probably say Trevor Lawrence is the best bang for buck, dude. They're 4 yards out. They're gonna spread everybody out. They're gonna hike the ball. Trevor Lawrence is running in the end zone.
You think T-Law's best bet over Parker Washington?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to file that away. We're gonna make our parlay late. We're gonna make our parlay at the end of the show, I should say, and we'll come up with something. Atlanta's up to 4.5 now. This is approaching Royal Mint territory. And as you know, the New Orleans Saints have been a wagon in the Royal Mint spot. So just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it.
Dude.
It's almost Royal Mint territory.
Oh.
Come on, we need it for our Bucks, dude.
We do, big time.
Nobody wants to see the Panthers in the playoffs. Raiders, Chiefs, 4.5. It's Raiders or pass for me, interdivision, home dog spot again. I have nothing in this game. I don't even want to talk about it. Do you?
No, we can pass. Wait, let's just acknowledge the Kansas City Chiefs literally have everyone out, right? Everyone is resting. Like, you're gonna have the most maybe wait, actually, let's talk about this for 2 seconds. I want to see what this price is. I'm just gonna look at this price. All right, let's see.
Michael Mayer would be the only guy that I'd probably look at today.
Where are the Kansas City Chiefs?
I don't even think they have
touchdown scorer props. Damn, they don't even have Brashard Smith listed. Lame.
Michael Mayer would be the only guy I take today to score at plus 380.
I'd take Brashard if it was like plus 250, but so stupid.
They don't have Brashard Smith?
No, I didn't see it. And then that's an incentive game too, a funny incentive game because what's his name needs like 40 yards or 50 yards for his incentive. Hollywood. It's like, God dang, he is gonna be the only wide receiver. But I don't think, like, what's funny is like I didn't check the odds recently, but like books aren't even like offering props on these games. Like that's what's like.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of these books, like there's not a lot of props, and I don't know if it's they don't want to get beat or it's they're not sure who's in. It's just there's not all these books don't have props. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's yeah.
Like they know what's gonna happen. They know that like.
You know what?
Someone's gonna have that inside information of who's getting X amount of Z time, and they're gonna smash them, and they're gonna be like, "How do we just get crushed there?" You know. So we'll see. Man, Kareem Hunt's minus 135 to score a touchdown, but how much is he gonna play? Like, do you just give him full range, or you put Brashard, let him get full game? Michael Mayer's plus 380. Trey Tucker. Maybe Kansas City defense. Kansas City defensive line coach is leaving. This could be his last homage to his team, right? He's going to go coach in college football.
I had to get a brewski if we're going to talk about this shit. So
No, we could skip. I was just filling space.
okay,
F this game.
Lions, Bears. Chicago has a lot to play for. They're currently the 2 seed, and I think if you're the Bears, you want to be the 2 seed because you go to Green Bay. Whereas if you fall to the 3 seed, you're probably going to play the Rams or the Niners.
This is another game that's seen heavy action for the the favorite there. Bears already now in some places testing 4.5.
They're still 3.5 on FanDuel right now, tipping the 4 here shortly.
It's
don't forget, it's still 425. Of course, the NFL waits until week 18 to have like 7 425 starts. Like, come on, bro.
Dude.
Like I like the 425 starts. I love in a parlay, you check the 1 o'clocks off and I'm on to the 4 o'clock window. But there's only like 2 games in the 4 o'clock window. That sucks. Okay. So I mentioned I got Bijan 80 rush touchdown in one parlay.
Yeah.
So I had to have my buddy put it in. And he has this really, really good habit of not paying attention and not listening. I had Jahmyr Gibbs 2 tutties, 80 rush yards, but he only did 1 tutty, 80 rush yards. Now, obviously, 1 touchdown, 80 yards is a lot more feasible than 2, but I don't know. I feel like this is a game where they could go nuts. So I have Jahmyr Gibbs having a solid day here. This is going to be a fun one. I think Detroit's going to come out swinging, ready to go. Like, last game, Dan Campbell. Probably,
I do too.
I don't think Detroit's going to lay down for this game at all. I think they're getting up. They're looking to put a beating on Chicago going into the playoffs. A little frustration. So I think everybody on the line is a full go today. I don't think I'm viewing this as like a normal regular season game with both teams still having something to fight for.
Yep.
Even the Lions don't.
The Lions are just too good and have too much pride. Dan Campbell has too much pride.
Yeah, and to me, like I'm viewing this is probably one of the most normal games of the Week 18 schedule.
Yeah.
I like Gibbs today. I'm not trying to chase it, but it's actually funny. I saw somebody say this. Remember, what was it, the end of 2020? Or it had to be, was it 2020 or 2021? Let me look. Hang on, because I'm actually curious now. It was 21. So do you remember the end of 2021, the emergence of Amon-Ra under Ben Johnson? Like Amon-Ra, the last 4 or 5 weeks, whatever, like started going nuts. And everyone's like, oh, okay, like I'm going to pay attention for this guy next year. Before the true breakout happened in 22, the first big season he had. Do you remember that?
Yep.
People are trying to make the same comparison to Luther Burden. Luther Burden went nuts last week at San Francisco. Went nuts. So now is this the same thing where Luther Burden is setting the table for a monster 2026? And like this is his last game of the regular season. People going in on him. Like, what's your thoughts on the Luther Burden situation for next year? And for today, I guess.
Oh my God. I think he's the real deal. I thought he was the real deal in college too. And now they're finally getting able to use him. For today, I think he can have a good game. I just think he's the kind of player where you want to get the ball in his hands. He had some question marks coming out of college in terms of draft stock, right? Draft profile. But I think as a baller, he's absolutely a baller, right? Like, are we going to get Rome playing? No Rome. That means Luther goes off again.
I think Rome Daddy's out again.
Yeah, I think Luther goes off again. Dude, the Lions defense has been so stupid. And like what's tough about them too is they haven't been able to sustain drives. And it's just made their defense like much more exhausted too. Like,
I mean, I gotta be honest, dude. I think we could put together a little same gamer just for this one alone. Like I'm probably looking at Luther Burden 80 yards and a touchdown today. I might give that a shot. Honestly, let's go Luther Burden, Hundy Piece, and a Todd. Maybe we go Jamison Williams, a nice 80 piece and a Todd. Amon Ra's sick. He's been. I think he's gonna play, but I think he's been battling an illness.
Oh,
Let's
knee
have the
injury?
speedsters go off. Luther Burden, anytime Todd, Hundy Piece, JMO, anytime Todd, 80 piece.
Yeah.
Parlay that shit. Let's go.
Let's do it.
20. That's just under 20, over 26 to 1. Yeah, this is a good game, man. I think Luther Burden's live. I think Jamison Williams live. I like Jahmyr Gibbs today. I think if I probably had to side with anything, I might side with the Lions with the points. Just remember something. Just because you need something doesn't mean you get it. Like, for instance, just because the Bears need to win to lock up the 2 seed doesn't mean they will.
Dude, that's so true. It's like, and I feel like a lot of people forget that. Like, needing something doesn't make you automatically successfully do it. And like, that's the biggest misnomer in sports. Is like, oh, this team needs a win. So the other team's not just going to let them waltz out there. They might have a little extra motivation, but I'm glad you said that because I feel like this time of year is when everyone's like, they need. Who cares? Like, need is not going to do crap, man. You need.
The Lions aren't the team that just because you need it, they're going to be like,
yeah.
Oh,
they need a win. Hey, we should just lay down on the field. They need a win.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. Anything on Caleb Williams pass yards? 235.5. I don't. Maybe. Ooh, I don't know, Jim.
No, this team's gonna want to run, man. Detroit's run defense has been good, but all season, but over the last few weeks, it's kind of come down.
But Caleb's been ripping it the last few weeks.
He has. I mean, can't ignore that. 240,
250, 330. I mean, San Francisco's defense is disgustingly bad right now. It's
yeah.
I mean, you can go Caleb. I'll be honest, I didn't even look at the player incentives for today, like all the sheets, because I don't even want that to like influence what I'm doing. If anything, a lot of these player incentives, I'd be looking to take their unders, like on yards or whatever, like, or if somebody needs a touchdown, I'm not going to bet you can't bet two-way pretty much anywhere. If somebody needs the yards, I'm going to bet the under. Like I'm literally fading every incentive.
Yeah,
like it's not like Tampa Bay. It's some teams like Tampa Bay last year at Mike Evans to get 1,000 yards will do that. But not every team's like, when you need the incentive, especially if the game's coming first. Like just because you're on a bad team and your season's over, not every team is going to push for your individual incentive.
Yep.
As shitty as it sounds, it's true. Not every quarterback's going to be locking in on his receiver for his individual incentive. It sounds crazy, but it's true. That's why I'd probably be fading a lot of incentives today. I was more in on the incentives in week 16, week 17 as they were starting to approach. Be like, hey, like you don't have to get it all, but maybe we take like a portion of it to happen. But I'd be looking at the under in a lot of them. So you're on Lions with the spread?
Yeah, I'm on Lions.
You think the Bears win?
Yeah, I think Bears win. Lions cover.
Same. I agree. Chargers, Broncos. This is actually moved up to 14.5. People are hitting the shit out of Denver. I'm not dying to bet this game. I might bet the under here. The truth is this, like Denver, I don't know who the Chargers are sitting. I know Justin Herbert's not playing into the Trey Lance game, but I haven't looked like who is the Chargers sitting today other than Herbert?
I have it right here. Los Angeles Chargers are sitting just Herbert and Amarian Hampton.
Okay. Amarian Hampton, Herbert. Is Kamani Vidal out?
No, he's playing.
Is he?
I don't know if he's healthy. So he's available. Let's put it that way. He's available.
I got to be honest. I don't know if I'd be taking Denver minus 14.5.
No.
I think I'd be taking the Chargers here because the Chargers defense is still pretty solid. Denver, what we've seen, their offense is too slow. They're too inconsistent. They don't consistently execute. And their defense, let's be honest, like it's been good this year, but their defense is not as good this year as it was last year. They have these drives where like they can't get off the field. They can't make the big play. Like they're like, and I'm nitpicking. I'm nitpicking because if we look at it, Denver's been probably a top 5 defense this year.
Yep.
But I don't think it's been dominant, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Their offense is just too inconsistent. I think 14.5 is too big of a number. I think the under's in play at 37.5. I'm not rushing to the window to bet it. I'd probably be looking at 14.5. I don't love the Chargers props. Like, do you feel anything by way of a Trey Lance rushing today? 31.5.
I mean, that's probably like a solid bet. But God, yeah, I think I like it.
What? Lance?
Trey Lance, like that's probably where I would go. I wouldn't go too much in like taking any other props. Trey Lance is gonna Justin Herbert runs, right? Justin Herbert, when things break down, has the green light to go ahead and run. But this game is like I just want to stay away from it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Denver's still playing for something. Denver wins. They're the 1 seed. They got home field advantage.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest. I think Denver could keep this very vanilla.
Yeah.
They're 14.5-point favorite. Like, I don't think you're going to come out guns blazing showing these exotic concepts and these exotic looks. I think this could be a very vanilla game plan. And a lot of times with Denver, when it's a very vanilla game plan, they're not pushing to step on your throats.
Yep.
So I just think 14.5 is, especially in a game that's got a total of 37.5. That's a big number.
Very big number.
If Trey Lance is halfway decent, the Chargers could score 14 points today.
And you know what's going to be really sad? If the Chargers score first, they're going to slow this game down so fast.
And then if the Chargers score first, then 14.5 becomes 21.5.
Yeah, like good luck.
Yeah, I would take the Chargers. I think honestly the Chargers are a solid look in the teaser too. Getting them at 20.5.
Yeah.
And if they don't cover, they don't cover. So be it. But I think 14.5 is too many points, especially for a team like Denver that just very inconsistent. All right, Miami at New England. Dude, talking about a jump. I have the Patriots minus 11.5 at a parlay from this morning. I get back in front of my computer. It's 13.5. People are betting the shit out of the Pats. Devon Achane's out. I think New England's going to play hard in this one. I don't think this is anything like Chargers Broncos. I have New England covering today, a big number.
Yeah, I bet the Patriots minus 10.5 at the beginning of the week, and over 27.5 for their team total. It's going to be no Devon Achane's already enough for me to be off of that, right? Like he's explosive. Waddle's probably going to be out of there, and then the Patriots don't want to end their season losing to the Dolphins. I think they're be coming out guns a-blazing. When Vrabel said the Patriots are going to play players who are healthy, that seemed like everybody except 2 players on that offense. Will Campbell, I think they're going to get Will Campbell a little bit of a run. Like, I don't know exactly how many snaps he's going to get, but I think they want him to get, after being out, like a little bit of playing time. But just execution-wise, this team executes so much. And then how can you, if you're the Dolphins, how can you come into this game not patting yourselves on the back all week? You beat the Bucks. You basically were like, we proved that we can win with a rookie quarterback, right? We proved that he could be our quarterback of future if we don't take one in the draft. Now you come into this, you're looking for that Cancun, that Bahamas vacation. It's a really tough Patriots team.
Groupon discount to Cabo.
Yeah.
I think Miami's had it, man. I think New England's gonna win by 3 touchdowns today.
I do too. I have this one being a bad one. Like,
listen, also the thing is, this is something that's important. It's a small detail that's important to know. And the NFL did this on purpose, definitely. The Chargers, the Broncos, and the Pats play at the same time. So the Patriots might be watching the Broncos score on the sideline, but the Patriots have to take care of business
Yeah.
in case the Broncos
In
fall
case.
flat. I mean, it's unlikely, but the Patriots could theoretically still get the 1 seed. So they have to play hard. Like, I mean, listen, maybe if the Broncos somehow are up like 21 points going to the fourth quarter, New England will take their foot off the gas. But I think they're going to still be playing for like they're getting the 1 seed. So I think it's full go. I don't really have many props here. Maybe Ramondre, but I don't know. I also think this could be a little bit more of a vanilla game plan. All right, Washington at Philly. Again, this is implications. Pretty much if you're playing in the 1 o'clock window today, you don't have many implications.
Yeah.
Not necessary. Not for every team. But you really don't have much in terms of implications. Washington and Philly, though. Philly, man, Philly can be the 2 seed by the end of the day. Chicago's got a tough matchup against the Lions. Now the Philly is playing Washington for the 2. This is the 2 seed potentially.
But Philly has everyone out, bro.
Who?
Philly has everyone out. Hurts, Barkley, Brown, Smith, Goddard, all out.
Oh, are they all out?
All out. Yeah, dude.
Okay. I missed that then.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I got to be honest. I don't agree with it. I think that's a little wild because if you win and Chicago loses, the 2 seed's going to play Green Bay. That's the matchup I want. I don't want to play the Rams or the 49ers. So, I mean, that's a little bizarre to me. I guess Philly's content with playing the Rams or the 49ers. But, hey, that's that. I'd be taking Washington.
Yeah.
It's Washington or pass for me.
Washington or pass and probably pass. Like this week is like
no
I will bet some live stuff. Like I will have some fun betting live angles, but
props for me, not much in terms of props for this game. Arizona at the Rams, 14.5 points. Rams have something to play for. They win. They're the 5 seed, which I don't understand how that works. Maybe I'm dumb, but in any case, the 5 seed is what the Rams are playing for. That's big because then they will go to Carolina or Tampa. That's a much more feasible path than going to Philadelphia or Chicago. 14.5 is a lot, but I think they're going to – well, okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
McVay's already said that they're going to play, but do you think by some chance that McVay kind of starts pulling his guys later in the game? You think this is Rams' regular game? They're going all the way for it.
Yes, because of how they've been playing. They've been playing so poorly, where I think they really, really want to go out there and get a good rhythm. And this is a perfect team, right? This is a really bad Arizona team. Can't sustain drives. Can't run the ball well. O-line's gonna see a lot of pressure. It's a good mojo game. Like the Rams haven't played good football in like a month. That's why I think he's not resting. He's like, we haven't played. We need to go out there and we need to execute. We need to go into the playoffs with a little momentum.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to take the Rams. I mean, Arizona is not a good team. But that being said, some good props in this one. I like Trey McBride one more time, catches over, yards over, McBride to get in the end zone. Puka, I think Puka Nacua has a big game. And listen, look, man, I think Matthew Stafford's going to have a big game today.
Yeah.
I think McVay wants him to get the MVP. And we're going to talk about the MVP a little bit later before we wrap up. I think he's going to have Stafford be throwing a lot today. He wants to give that one last argument of why Stafford should be MVP. So
it's a perfect game for it.
Perfect game. You're 14.5-point favorite. Like there's something at stake, but it's not like you lose, you're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think this is the kind of game where I'd be looking Stafford 300 pass yards, 3 touchdowns. Like that's just me. I could be wrong. Like this is a game where I think he goes nuts.
Yep.
But the problem is there's no alternates. Like there's no alternate yards
because they're being protective.
Yeah, I mean I'd be looking on some Stafford overs today for sure. Brissett, I like a lot for the Cardinals pass game. Like Michael Wilson, I think Michael Wilson's a good bet today. Michael Wilson to score is definitely something I would be looking at. Michael Wilson is plus 170 to score today. I think that's a very, very solid number. That's something I would be looking at as well. Bills, Jets, 10.5. Not really much to gain for Buffalo. I think they're probably going to – I think Buffalo's going to play hard just to kind of go into the next week with some momentum. Yeah. I mean, I would take Buffalo minus 10.5, or now it's 11.5. But
yeah, like the only way I could see the Bills not covering this, they end up sitting anybody, but they haven't announced that, and I don't think they're going to. It's just the Jets have just been so pathetic, and it's a divisional game. Like teams really want to win their divisional games. Like it's just you don't want to lose a divisional foe the last game of the season, go into the playoffs with that stink on your breath. The Jets can't, and Breece Hall's out for the Jets as well too. And like, what's funny, when the Jets played the Patriots, Breece Hall was like the only reason they scored. He had that 50-plus yard rushing touchdown. So I like the Bills here. I probably would have taken Breece Hall like first quarter rushing yards if not. But no.
Yeah. Last but not least, this is the game of the week here. Ravens at the Steelers, 3.5 points. Brad, this is for the AFC North. This is for the 4 seed. Okay. Let's talk about this with a little spin here. The Ravens, I'm trying to think of how to word this.
Yeah.
The Ravens are a team that I honestly think are a worthwhile bet right now to win the Super Bowl 20-1. Because this is a kind of situation where the Ravens have been slept on all year. They've been written off. It's a very weak AFC field, and like everybody forgets about them, and then they just pop out and they win a couple games. So my thing is, the Ravens are at the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I think the Ravens have a lot of issues of their own with the John Harbaugh situation, and they're just some of the coaching stuff that just seems to be idiotic. Lamar is good to go here. Again, division home dog is something I typically like to bounce with, and I actually messed this up because the Ravens are the favorite. Let me just change that. I'm sorry. The Steelers are an interdivision home dog here.
Yep.
Ignore that graphic. This is the updated one. I apologize. So I probably think I'm going to lean with the Steelers at 3.5. I think the Ravens are going to win this game.
I think the Ravens are going to win this game too. Hold on. There's a bet type that I like with these kind of games. So let me pull it up real quick, see what the actual odds are. It is, oh gosh, hold on before I say it. Okay, I'll just explain this game. The Steelers play so slow, right? So if you like the Ravens, you can just basically play up and combo the points, right? Like just take like a winner and then get an under. So I would like Ravens in under 52 points. Just with the pace of play with these teams, it's just we know the Rams are going to hand the ball to Derrick Henry 20 plus times this game. He's proven if you don't hand him the ball, you're not going to have success. And then the Steelers are another team that plays really slow. They're going to throw their tight ends. They're going to hand the ball off. You get Ravens in under 52. You get an extra 11 points, and you get Ravens win. Minus 115.
Yeah. I like the Ravens in this game today. I think they're going to win. I think I'm telling you, this is the bet I would make. I think the Ravens are interesting for the Super Bowl. I don't think they're well coached enough. I don't like John Harbaugh. I haven't liked him in a while, especially in big games. He just seems to do some dumb shit, or one of his coordinators, or like Lamar can't get out of his own way, or he drops a pass. Like the Ravens can't get out of their own way.
Ever.
But I think in terms of pure betting, And I wouldn't take it to the bank. I just think, because this is what we do, especially with futures, like we find value down the board. Like, how could something potentially pan out for us? What is their possible path? What is the scenario it would take? So let's play this game here, right? Ravens are about 20-1. So if the Ravens win today, they're the 4 seed. More than likely, let's say everything stays the same. Let's say Denver's 1, Pats 2, Jags 3, Texans are 5, Chargers are 6, Bills are 7. Well, actually, no, because Chargers are probably going to lose. So Chargers will fall to 7, Bills will go up to 6. Texans, let's say Texans are 5. So then the Texans would go to Baltimore next week. That's a tough game for sure. The Texans defense is really good. It travels, but I don't buy the Texans in the playoffs. I think if the Ravens are playing their game, they're going to be able to beat the Texans. The Ravens demolished the Texans last year. Not much change with the Texans defense from last year to this year.
Yep.
It's pretty much the same thing. So I think the Ravens could win that game. Then the Pats would be the 2 seed facing the 7 seed. That'd be the Chargers. I think the Pats are going to win that game. So then Denver advances to the next week. The Pats advance the next week. The Ravens advance the next week. Then the 3 and 6 would be the Jags Bills. I have the Bills winning. I would have the Bills winning that game. I think the Bills will go to Jacksonville and win. So then you'd have Denver playing the 6th seed, the lowest seed, which would be the Bills.
Yep.
And then you'd have the you would have the Pats and the Ravens. And I got news for you. I think the Ravens could go to Foxborough and beat the Pats. The only reason that the Patriots beat the Ravens a couple weeks ago is because Lamar got hurt. They were down 11 points in the 4th quarter. So then you beat that game, and then, listen, you're beating the winner of Denver or Buffalo. It's not an easy path, but it's winnable. It's doable.
Winnable, yeah.
You're not. We're not sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, they have a layup." They don't. It's a tough path, but it's winnable.
Yep.
So I mean,
the Ravens are fixable. The Ravens' mistakes aren't because of personnel. That's like you need to get hot and peak at the right time. Like the Giants, the Eli Manning Giants, right? They weren't a team that didn't have good talent. They just didn't play good all season, and they peaked at the right time and won a Super Bowl.
I gotta be honest. I think if you like Baltimore to win this game tonight, taking them at 20-1 to win the Super Bowl, in my opinion, is probably the way to go.
Yeah. Literally what you should do. Let me
ask you a question. What happens if the Ravens win tonight and they're in the playoffs? 20-1 becomes what? 12-1? 13-1?
Yep.
So I got to be honest, man. I think Baltimore is a solid dark horse in the AFC this year.
You could literally do this. Look, and this is risk-free, bro. If the Ravens win, you put 1 unit on the Ravens money line and then put your winnings, which is about 0.54 units on them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you're not now. But the problem is you're not getting the odds. You're losing the odds because the Ravens are 20-1 right now because they don't have guaranteed playoffs.
No, I'm saying do it all right now. So you're only risking 1.54 units. But if you think the Ravens are going to win,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. As opposed to betting a unit, right? Like you're obviously going to get better value, but it's if you think they're going to win, it's getting the risk free.
I got to be honest. I think I'm going to bet the Ravens.
Lay the points.
What?
You think you're going to lay the points?
No, to win the Super Bowl.
I'll do it. I'm going to put a unit on Ravens money line and then put 0.54 on them to win the Super Bowl. Like,
let's be honest. Let's run through the AFC here realistically. And we're not diving too much into it, but we're looking off face value off eye test. Did the Denver Broncos strike you as a Super Bowl winning team?
No, hell no.
No. Do the New England Patriots right now strike you as a Super Bowl winning team?
Maybe.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they're a good team. They're way ahead of schedule. I personally don't think they're that good. I think they got very fortunate to play one of if not the easiest strength of schedule in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
They beat one team with a winning record at this point. One. Jacksonville. Super Bowl team.
No.
No.
Hell no. Trevor Lawrence not winning Super Bowl. Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
LA Chargers, Super Bowl winning team.
Definitely not.
No. Houston Texans, Super Bowl winning team.
Dude, no, because I can't trust CJ Stroud in a big game.
I can't trust D'Amico Ryans in a big game either. No. Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl caliber team.
Maybe, but defense sucks.
Team-wise, no. No. But Josh Allen, like if it's not now for Josh Allen, when's it going to be? Like I like Josh Allen, but like Josh Allen's been better about this last few years, but he just always seems to make that stupid fucking play, like that dumb decision, like what are you doing kind of thing. Like last week against the Eagles, he was taking a 20-yard sack when he didn't have to in potential field goal range. So my point is, none of these are surefire AFC teams where I'm like, yeah, that's a Super Bowl caliber team. Obviously, one of them is going to have to go to the Super Bowl from that side. But look, man, like I don't love the Ravens. I don't think they're a great team, but I think in terms of ceiling, when they play to their ability and they realize, hey, we have one of the best running backs ever to live. Let's give him the ball 20 times and let's let our playmaking quarterback play off of that. Have our defense just be solid. It can happen. Is my point. So I personally think it's a solid look to have the Ravens at 20-1. Yeah. I thought the Niners had a good shot to win. I bet it on maybe Friday. So I'm a little upset. I took like 11-1. I parlayed them with Mississippi State to win the College World Series. Well, we got baseball. The college baseball podcast is coming up here in the next couple weeks, folks. So
okay.
I know a lot of you guys are locking in for the college baseball goodies, but so I parlayed San Francisco because the thing is, I didn't love San Fran enough to be like, hey, I'm going to throw like 1 to 2 units on them flat to win the Super Bowl. But like, hey, I'm going to sprinkle them to win the Super Bowl. And then I also want to get a little bit more equity on a team like Mississippi State, who I like this year, a little teaser. But now San Fran's 22-1 to win it because they're going to have a much tougher path. But the point is, I think the Ravens are one of the best bets you can currently make to win the Super Bowl because if they get in, they're going to be a tough out, I think, personally.
Yeah.
Ravens are flat 20-1 right now. I think if the Ravens win tonight, they probably drop to like 13-1, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Brad, let's talk some props here. Let's talk some props and parlays. It's a little bit tougher look than what we've had this year because of the playability in some of these teams. Are we cooking today? You got your chef hat on?
If you want to, I don't care. God, these are so ugly.
All right. So let's get dirty. You got Hard Rock up?
Yeah. Well, I'll have it up in 2 seconds.
Oh my God! Speaking of, while you're pulling that up, I went to the Hard Rock. I went to the guitar on Friday.
Oh yeah.
I've been talking like all day.
Damn, we just missed each other.
Yeah. Well, no, I went to the casino.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Oh, when'd you go? Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah. I went Friday night. So I was talking like number 32 roulette. We're playing 32. We're playing 32. We're playing 32. Bro, I had like 5 or 6 spins lost. I was down to – so I had like allotted myself a certain amount of money like early in the night. And this is early. This is within the first like 45 minutes of me being there. So I'm like, all right, like I'm going to save the rest, like go play blackjack. So I threw $20 on 32. And then my buddy right before I did it was like, dude, it's not going to hit this time. I'm telling you, just pull it back. I'm like, no, it's going to hit. Bro, 30 – I'm like standing over like the little wall they have watching the wheel spin. And I'm just like eyeing it up like Tony Soprano did. Like, you know, when he was doing peyote and like it slowed down, that's what happened. And then it plopped into 32. Everyone, like, we all went nuts. I was like, oh my God. So like I went nuts. I started screaming. Everybody started looking at me like there's random people. I'm like, I'm like, we were so due. 32 was bound to come out. So it was pretty sick.
That's lit. That's really lit.
It was lit. $20 on a flat number. It was like
That's so
700, and I think paid like 35 to 1.
That's
It
actually
was, it
fun
was
as
pretty
hell.
cool. Yeah, I had a good one. All right, do you have it up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start it off nice and easy. Let's take Jet as under.
$67.5.
What?
Yeah.
It's 70. Are you kidding me? It's 70 and a half everywhere else.
Yeah. Hard Rock is tough.
All right, maybe we do FanDuel. You got your buddy on FanDuel?
If we, I don't know if we'll get in time.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
Let's just skip Jettas.
I think Jets is going to go under today anyway, but I don't like Hard Rock sucks, man.
All right. Well, let me build on FanDuel and see what happens.
Okay. Jet is under
70.5. Okay.
Okay. All right. You got Jet is under. Let's do Chargers plus 14.5. Maybe take it up to like 16.5.
Alt spread. There it is. Okay.
Let's do Houston minus 9.5.
Okay.
Let's do New England. You want to do New England minus
Do 10.5.
10.5?
Yeah. I have this like 13. So we could probably do. We'll see what alt spread we can get. Hold on.
Want to do 12.5?
Yeah, let's do 12.5.
Okay. So what's that at right now?
9 plus 959.
959. How many legs is it?
4. Bijan.
What?
You want to do Bijan?
Try not to cross over if I don't have to.
What do you mean?
Like I already have Bijan in a different part of
Oh, I get what you're saying.
All right, let's do. Do you want to do Stafford over 256 pass? Want to do Trey McBride? What do you want to do? Oh, Michael Wilson, duh.
Michael Wilson, 72.5.
That or anytime Todd.
I'm good with whatever.
Let's do Michael Wilson. Let's see. Whoa. Every time Marvin Harrison's out, Michael Wilson eats. This dude's putting on his bib because he's eating. Let's see. He cooked the Rams for 142 and 2 scores last time. I mean, he's literally on a 4-touchdown streak game.
So we want to do touchdown?
What do you want to do? Touchdown or you want to do? I mean, yeah, let's do touchdown. You want to do touchdown? Let's do touchdown.
Yeah, it'll make it much bigger. We're already at 27 to 1 with that.
Well, his receiving is 75.5 on FanDuel.
I'm on FanDuel.
Yeah, but his touchdown is like 170.
That's what I'm saying. If you add touchdown, it makes it 27 to 1.
All right, so read it off. What do we have?
Jefferson under 70.5. Chargers plus 16.5. Texans minus 9.5. Patriots minus 12.5. Michael Wilson touchdown.
What's that? 6 legs?
Yeah, 5.
5. That's only 5 legs?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to do Stafford anything? Do you want to do Rams like minus 12.5?
No.
Oh, duh. Let's do Ravens money line.
Okay. Ravens. Here it is. And Ravens money line. That makes it 42 to 1.
That's 6 legs?
Yep.
Do you want to do Lions plus 8.5?
No. No.
Six legs, 45-1.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. 25?
Yeah, that's cool.
What does that pay out? That's
1,100
each. Yeah, let's lock that in. Yeah, I'm trying to keep Bijan, Henry, and Gibbs separate.
No, that's cool. All right, I just sent it to my buddy. We'll see if he has the capacity to put it in.
If not, then put it in on a Hard Rock. If he doesn't get back to you by like 12:45.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, good. So that's our parlay for the day. Read it off one more time for the team.
Yep, for the viewers, it is Justin Jefferson under 70.5. Los Angeles Chargers plus 16.5. Houston, Texas minus 9.5. New England Patriots minus 12.5. Michael Wilson touchdown. Baltimore Ravens money line plus 42.68.
Okay. All right. Before we get out of here, I've been meaning to do this and I keep forgetting. Let's talk a little awards here.
All right.
Let's start with the obvious, MVP. So something that I've been thinking about for a month now, when it was going to be probably pretty hard for the Rams to win the division. Even after the Rams were eliminated, Stafford was still the favorite. Now, in our preseason show, you would have heard us talk about how for NFL MVP, it's almost a prerequisite for you to be the quarterback of a 1 or 2 seed. But despite that, the Stafford was not the quarterback of a 1 or 2 seed Rams, and he was still the favorite. He was still minus 200 or bigger, and that carried into before that Monday night game. And what I wanted to know was, well, if that's the prerequisite, why was he still the favorite? It was a wrong number? What was it? But regardless, would it have mattered if he wasn't a 1 or 2 seed? Would they still have given it to him despite the fact that Drake May was going to be the 1 or 2 seed?
Yeah.
So now they go into Atlanta last week. He has a bad game. They lose. Why does that matter? I understand it's one of the last things you saw and it's perception, but I don't think this is a Lamar versus Brock Purdy kind of thing from a couple years ago.
I don't either.
I think it's two completely different cases. But I understand the market movements are based on money coming in. So Drake May swinging to a big favorite is only because people hammer Drake May. Do you, A, agree with the fact that Stafford should be a sizable dog now at 270? Do you agree Drake May should be MVP? Or is this all wrong and is blown out of proportion?
I like Stafford at that price. I think that there's some incorrectness about it with Drake May being that big of a favorite. Stafford did have a really ugly game, but I do think that's a good value on Stafford, especially Stafford has a chance to go and put another big game, right? And you think that if the Patriots get up big, they're not going to be Drake May's not going to have a big game today. Let's just put it that way. I think Drake May's going to have a good game, not a big game, because they're just going to run the hell out of the ball late in the game. But the Rams aren't that kind of team. Like, they're not just going to run the hell out of the ball late in the game. Like, that's just not how they play.
I have no dog in the fight. I don't have anything. I don't have an MVP ticket this year. I didn't really like it, and it just by the time it was something that I was going to bet, I didn't want to bet it. If we're strictly going off the 1 or 2 seed, which I get it, but I think it's a pretentious concept that you have to be the 1 or 2 seed. Like, let's be real here. Let's look at it realistically.
Yeah.
The Patriots played one of the easiest schedules in the last 25 years based on opponent SOS and win percentage. Like, that's a fact.
Yes.
The Rams are in a division where there's 3 10-win teams.
And they won 10 games too. Like, that's what's also crazy about that.
Yeah.
Like,
they win today, they're going to be a 12-win team in a division that has 3 10-win teams. Like, it's ridiculous. And the only reason that they're not going to be the division winner, a 1 or 2 seed, is because Seattle's the 1 seed. Seattle won 14 games this year.
Yeah.
That's aside team success. Individual success, like come on, Drake May threw 20% of his touchdown passes this year to the against the Jets.
Yeah.
He played the Jets and the Dolphins 2 times each. I like Drake May. I think he's a stud. I'm not a big college football guy like you are, but I watched him a few times.
Yeah.
More than a handful of times, I should say, at UNC. And I'm like, hey, I like this kid. I think he's super talented. So I have nothing against Drake May. I really like him. I think he's going to be a very talented quarterback in the future. As you know, he's talented now, but I think he's going to continue to get better.
Yeah.
I'm also curious if there's a narrative thing. Like, hey, Stafford's towards the end of his career. He hasn't got one. Like, is it a narrative? Do we get this guy one? In truth, though, we're looking at the numbers. Like Matthew Stafford's had a way better year. I know you get these people that put these made-up advanced metrics, like fucking QBR from ESPN, a stat that they just made up 10 years ago. We're supposed to take it to the bank. Like there's CPOE, completion percentage over expected, and EPA, and like all this stuff. Like, dude, your numbers are going to be better when you play the fucking Jets defense and Miami's defense and all these terrible teams multiple times. Like when you have an easy schedule, you're going to put up those numbers. Matthew Stafford, with what he's done, he's put up almost 4,500 yards and 42 touchdowns with a game to go. Like if Stafford goes out there and throws for 303 touchdowns today, he's going to finish with 45 pass touchdowns and almost 4,800 pass yards.
Yeah, I think Stafford's live. I bet him. Let me see. I have it in my bet slip. 3-1. I bet him 3-1.
I think Matthew Stafford should be MVP. I understand the 1 or 2 seed, and that's just how they typically vote. And I don't always agree with that either. But listen, if we're strictly going by that, then yeah, May's going to win. But if we're really talking real ball here, like Matthew Stafford's the MVP. I understand he had a shit game at Carolina. I understand he had a shit game at Atlanta. I get that. But over the body of the season, his body of work is no quarterback was better than Matthew Stafford this year.
Yeah.
No. Matthew Stafford has been the one steady all year as MVP. In a year where there's Josh Allen, Lamar, Lawrence had a better year, I guess. Mahomes, like it was Matthew Stafford all year. Drake May's had a good year, but come on, let's be honest here. Matthew Stafford should be the guy. With the Niners losing yesterday, it threw a wrinkle into the Kyle Shanahan situation for Coach of the Year. He's dead. Mike Vrabel jumped to a -190 favorite. Do you think Vrabel should be Coach of the Year? Why? If not, who do you think should get it?
Yeah, I think Vrabel should be Coach of the Year. He took this Patriots team. I don't care about the schedule. I know they played a favorable schedule. He took this Patriots team from rags to riches, and like it's hard to deny that. It is really, really hard to deny how bad this team was last year, and he made them elite. It's not a team that just got lucky, right? You still have some teams who have a lot of really negative post-game win expectancies. The Patriots in most of their games have a positive post-game win expectancy, which is a really good mark for a young team. I think he should be. Who do you have, if not him? You know,
I know a lot of people are going to advocate for Mike Macdonald. I don't disagree, but just by and listen again, I think the voting is idiotic. I think it's stupid the way they have this, but if we're going based off last year, like Dan Campbell, in my opinion, should have no question been the winner over Kevin O'Connell. No question. Yeah. But Kevin O'Connell got it. And it's strictly for the fact that who improves the most from year over year.
Yeah.
And I hate that because I think there's a lot of other variables. But if Dan Campbell didn't win last year, Mike Macdonald's not winning it this year.
Yep.
He only improved 4 wins. Like Dan Campbell had a better case last year than Mike Macdonald does this year. And Mike Macdonald's 230. Like if Mike Macdonald won this year, it'd be horseshit that Dan Campbell didn't win last season, especially with all the injuries they had. Mike Macdonald's not going to win. He's only got 4 more wins than he did last year. Dan Campbell had 5. So that's out. Mike Macdonald's not winning. Listen, I agree with you, Vrabel. Like, it's it's understandable. Now, the Shanahan loss, like, it's understandable that Vrabel would win, right?
Yeah.
I think, though, Liam Cohen and Ben Johnson both at 11-1, it's a little I don't know why they're so long. Let's say everything holds, right? Let's say the Broncos win today. They're the 1. Let's say the Pats win today. They're the 2. Let's say the Jags win. They're the 3. I think Liam Cohen has about the same case as Vrabel. Because, you're going to say, well, Trevor Lawrence is number 1 quarterback. But, like, Drake May what was Drake May, the number 3 pick? Like, it's not that big of a difference between May and Lawrence coming out.
Yeah.
If anything, like, Liam Cohen turned around Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been bad for a few years before Liam Cohen showed up. And also, Mike Vrabel's not a first-time head coach. Mike Vrabel had many years of experience. Mike Vrabel, what year did Mike Vrabel win with Tennessee?
I don't know.
I think Mike Vrabel already won the award. I'm going to see.
Yeah, I think he did, but I can't remember what year it was. 2021.
It was 2021, right? Mike Vrabel's already won a Coach of the Year. Liam Cohen, first-time head coach. He coached his team up. I think the Jags are in a better division than the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
That's a case. I mean, I wonder what happens. What if the Patriots somehow lose today, which they're not going to lose, but if they somehow lost,
Yeah.
But I think really the biggest threat, and I don't agree with the 11-1, is Ben Johnson. I don't know why Ben Johnson's 11-1. I don't understand. I think Ben Johnson should be more where Mike McDonald is at 230, maybe shorter. Like, if there was somebody I was going to bet today, it'd be Ben Johnson, because let's talk about this, right? The biggest thing is he's on the other side. He's on the other conference.
Yep.
So if the Bears win today, they're a 12-win team. I understand the improvement would be bigger. The Patriots could be a 14-win team. But the Bears are in a division where, as it stands right now, there's no team with a losing record. They're in a very tough division. The worst teams right now are 8-8. I mean, and I understand it's going to be I understand people are going, well, he's not going to have more wins this year than Vrabel did from last year, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. But if we're really talking ball here, like, the Bears were 5 wins last year, Patriots were 4. The bigger win total goes to Mike Vrabel if it's strictly off that. I mean, look, I think Vrabel right now has got a great chance to win.
Yeah.
Side note, my buddy's got Mike Vrabel last leg in a parlay for 40,000. So he probably watching this is like, yeah, you're an asshole.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I didn't actually. He like told me about it before he did it. I was going to take the parlay with him, but so he didn't have anything straight on. It goes back from baseball season. So, like, you obviously know college baseball is my thing. Like, I love college baseball. So the big thing about college baseball is I have a huge edge on rookie of the year markets in the MLB.
Yeah.
Probably 95% of not just the sports books, but like bettors overall. So Nick Kurtz was a guy I really liked, and I took Nick Kurtz straight as soon as the call up came.
Yeah.
At 22-1 and 16-1 right before right when he got called up. And then my buddy missed the boat, and he's not a big take team straight kind of guy.
Yeah.
So he wanted to parlay Nick Kurtz, but at that point he was like 8-1 maybe.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, well, I'm going to parlay them with Texas Tech to win the Big 12, and then I'm going to parlay Mike Vrabel to win Coach of the Year. But, like, I didn't take it because I'm like, well, why am I going to take that? I have Nick Kurtz straight. I don't know enough about college football. And I'm just like, I don't know, Mike Vrabel 6-1 preseason. There's a lot of teams that are going to probably be good this year. So I didn't take it because it wasn't something that I felt like I needed to do. Obviously, I look like an idiot, but JSN, we agree.
Agreed, JSN. Maybe Bijan does something and goes nuts today, but
I don't think Bijan's going to win. I love Bijan.
JSN was
He
amazing.
had the year we thought he was going to have. We were all over Bijan having a big year. Definitely deserves some recognition for it, but Bijan's not going to win.
Yeah.
There's just no way. Like Jackson Smith-Njigba was the best receiver in the league this year on one of the most balanced offenses with number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Like he's going to win. Christian McCaffrey, comeback player of the year, minus 1250. This is a weird market. Like I don't even know what the rules are anymore. Like they've changed it twice in the last 3 years. Like can he not come back from sucking? Like the Geno Smith rule? Is it truly injury or crazy thing happening? Because McCaffrey's a big favorite. He had a monster year. But can somebody say Trevor Lawrence win? I don't. The new rules change.
New rules are stupid.
Yeah, because Trevor. Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is actually a solid bet because Joe Burrow undeservingly won the comeback player of the year last year, and he only missed 4 games the year before. Trevor Lawrence played 10 games last year. I think Lawrence is a solid bet. I don't like this market. I think it's shitty. But I think Lawrence is pretty interesting here. He's pushing 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns on a playoff team, top 4 seed. Lawrence, I think, is a solid bet, Brad.
Yeah.
I think Christian McCaffrey's a little bit overpriced here. Myles Garrett, minus 20,000. Myles Garrett's had it locked up for the last 2 months. Tet McMillan, rookie of the year, or Tyler Shuck?
It's gonna be Tet. Shuck
didn't Tet
do enough. Not even on a winning team. Not that the Cardinals, Carolina Panthers were, but a winning team. But if you come on late, you have to bring your team to the championship. That's my rule.
Tet McMillan's 1,000 yards. This is. Despite the amount of talent there is in this rookie class, this is probably one of the most underwhelming offensive rookie of the year classes I can remember.
Yep.
And then lastly, we talked about it. Carson Schwarzenegger, Nick Eman, James Pierce for D-Roy. I got to be honest. I understand. A lot of this is media narratives, campaigning. Campaigning's a big thing, but I think I got to go with Nick Eman in terms of just betting. Carson Schwarzenegger has had a good year, but Nick Eman was a difference maker on the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And it's all right. Well, Jackson Smith-Njigba was probably going to get an award, and that's could be Seattle's reward. But the Browns are getting a reward with Myles Garrett. It's hard as a defensive back because you could get a lot more counting stats as a front 7 guy. Schwarzenegger's been a favorite for a while. I think Nick Eman though is a good bet, dude. 8-1 on Nick Eman. I think he actually went down a little bit.
Yeah,
that's a solid bet in my opinion. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what we got here. Brad,
parlay's in.
Parlay's in? You put it in?
Yeah. I got to odds dropped a little to 4-1-4-4.
Okay. Well, we're good. Did we take his boost? Nice.
No.
I figured we didn't. But really appreciate it. Brad, you're the best. Let's hit this parlay today. Guys, best of luck. Enjoy this last week of the regular season because we are back next week with playoffs. That's right. Playoffs, wild card weekend is going to be a monster. Appreciate everybody locking in with us this year, this week as well. We'll see you next week. Brad, thanks, buddy.
Absolutely, bro.